Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick,
And I'm Paul.
and we're doing a Would You Survive, which is our wonderful series where we put ourselves in the position of being in the movies that we love and really consider whether or not we'd make it out alive. Because it's very easy from the couch or armchair to be like, ha, they shouldn't have run that way. Well, sometimes if you really think about it, do you have the skills or even the cardio to run that way? Paul, this time round, we're doing the Scream franchise. Would
Yes.
we survive Scream? So the rules are simple. With Scream, you always have to outline the rules.
hmm
Jamie Kennedy, always. And our rules are quite simple. We're putting ourselves in the position of being in the Sidney Prescott kind of main character's shoes. So that means you've got somebody coming along trying to kill you,
Yeah.
a la the first one, you and your friends. And while they're trying to kill you, all the movie rules apply. You live your life if you survive that first one, and then somebody comes along again. So could you live past the first movie, Paul? Or could you actually then be brave enough to say you could make it to a ripe old age because you'd be ready for somebody every few years and know how to work out quickly how not to get stabbed by somebody in the same old stinky Halloween costume?
So, uh, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Scream is very much based on the rules of like slasher horror movies. So if you can follow the
Mm,
rules, you can survive. The only problem is that certain rules change as we progress. So the first one, definitely think I could survive. I definitely think I can survive. The first one, following the rules specifically. I would never say I'll be right back. Why would you?
yeah.
Which is probably one of the biggest ones. But I definitely think I could survive the first movie.
Yeah, and the rules didn't mean that you were definitely safe. They were just ones that if you broke them, you were definitely dead.
Yeah, but I
So,
I feel as a
yeah,
horror fan that I'm just like, I'm just
yeah.
getting out of here.
And I agree. And I think because Scream was such a lovely homage to horror and slasher movies, I think I could survive the first one too.
hmm
Because I wouldn't be, once you know you're part of the target group, I'm not going to be on my own with one of the other people. I'm going to be like, till this is over, three or four of us are going to be together. We're not going to leave ourselves in this position. And there will be, there'll be a conversation of if somebody comes running in here, we're not all running different directions.
Yeah.
We're staying together and fighting as a group because whichever one of you runs out that door, if you don't die, I'm going to instantly assume you're in on the what's it, Ghostface, the
Yeah.
Ghostface gang. Um, but yeah, no, I think I could, and also like it's somebody with a knife. There's a lot of running. Don't get me wrong, my cardio isn't necessarily there, but it's somebody with a knife and somebody who's good at hiding in curtains and making phone calls. This isn't like would you survive, um, you know, open warfare on a field full of machine guns. I think I'd have a chance at the first one. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask the audience right now. Put it in the comments if you think that what Patrick just said automatically turns him onto the like death side. I just want to know what the
Oh,
what the
because it's only a guy
audience.
with a knife, you mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to see what the
Yeah.
audience think of that kind of like. Yes, it's a guy with a knife. Because I also agree,
No, no,
it's a
no.
guy with a
I,
knife. But
I take it very seriously that it's a guy with a knife. But I'm saying if we've done other movies where I've been like, no, I would not survive. I'd be dead in the first 2 minutes. This one, I'm like, I could apply thought, and it's a knife. This isn't me facing off against a nuclear warhead where I don't think I would see any chance.
no, I don't like. Once again, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think I'd survive the first movie. I think because one thing is you have to. I would be definitely instilling myself as a good character as an audience favorite. That's what I'm going to be going for, kind of thing. I'll be aiming for the one who follows the rules and doesn't mock them, and was
Yeah.
just and then I try and instill it because I'm thinking I'm going to survive. So like because we got Scream 7 coming out.
Mm.
I think I'm going to survive to probably Scream 4 or 5. That's the one that I think I'm going to do because I'm going to think that I'm going to
Yeah.
be one of those like build up characters for their final death kind of thing. That's what I'm aiming for because I don't think I'm surviving the entire franchise. I don't think I'm good enough to survive. I'm not the main character. I'm not one of the big three.
Well, remember this is in the real. This is if Scream was in the real world.
But
So we've used that in the past.
But I
You know, that
definitely,
you could go somewhere or do something.
but I definitely think, yeah, I definitely think I'm surviving to probably about 4 or 5, if we're following
Mm.
rules in the Scream universe kind of thing. 4 or 5, and it's gonna be awful. I'll be an awful death. Everybody will be real sad. Everybody will be just like, and I also would hope, this is just me,
Mm.
since I don't get to survive, I don't think I'll survive. I hope I'm the opening kill. That's what I want to
Wow,
be.
you're theatrically looking at your life in the Scream world now.
Yeah,
This one's taken on a new shape, folks.
I want to be.
Paul, I
Like
think you'd survive to the end
I,
because I think you're the Sidney Prescott of it all. If
I
that's
don't
it,
think I'm the.
you're the
Oh,
first, you're the main target, buddy. And I think you'd be smart enough to listen, and then smart enough to try and maybe, not keep getting yourself into this situation, even though you know it's coming. I don't think you'd be like, it's inevitable. I think you'd still try and give yourself the best chance of survival, and I think that's what's required to make it to. And we don't know if this franchise is ever going to end,
yeah,
Paul.
that's
So,
true. Let me
you
just
know,
say, I am that guy who's watching the movie going, yeah, I definitely just leave the country, kind of thing. So like I do understand that if I was fully like engaged and understood what's going on and everything like that, like,
yeah,
but you're thinking about you are in a movie universe world, so the
yeah. Well,
planes are suddenly
okay.
going to stop working, it's all going to keep you in the town, like,
Yeah, true, true.
because like if it's
Well,
just
one thing I would do between movies, like after the second movie, I'm gonna be like, oh no, this stuff, I'd become very good with firearms. I would become very good with lots of things. No matter what town I'm in, my self-defense game and my home fortification would be on point. Now, I know because there's always a curtain to hide behind for Ghostface, that's not all it takes.
yeah.
But even in that universe, I'm still amazed because I would definitely have some panic alarms like that. I personal panic alarms that I can pull. Part of my investment from the Scream, or what was it? Not Scream. What did they call the fake movie that they made about the thing it was in the
Oh,
third movie?
was it
Oh,
Screech?
sure. Stab.
Stab.
Stab. The money I make from the Stab movie franchise, or if I'm Gail Weathers from my book or other such ventures,
Yeah.
or Cotton Weary or whoever the hell you might be, I'm taking a huge portion of that money to have personal security that come running. Now, unfortunately, that's why I will only make it to maybe I might make it one movie longer than you, Paul, because that's when my personal security turns out to be the ghost face.
Yeah, there'll be one.
Yeah. And they trained and joined the security team because back in like movie number two, I walked past them in the street and didn't give them enough room when they were trying to open their car door or something. Like, Scream is getting to that point where the reasoning behind why somebody hates somebody, eventually they're going to have to do a flashback to an extra in the background of the very first movie going, and that's the person she didn't hold the door open for. It's like, oh, yeah. No, I'm not making it to the very, very end, Paul. Like I give you a shot at being Sidney Prescott. I think I'm probably Gail Weathers. Um, so I'm going to make it a deep way in, but I don't think I'm the key person to your franchise forevermore.
I don't think I'm either. I think I've
Yeah.
survived quite a bit, and I'll be one of those like, oh, I can't believe he died, characters. But yeah,
Yeah.
and as I said, definitely, if I'm going to die, I want to be one of the first. I want to be the first one because they're all the great ones. They're always the great ones. They're always the.
I want to like I'd like to be the last one and make it of old age, Paul. That's the idea here. But yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're
Look,
right.
I want to live and have a good life and like write a book about the Scream things and stuff like that. But I'm not surviving to the end.
I've got it, Paul. We're both in this scenario. Would we survive? Yes, because we would become the ghost face
I
people.
was just gonna say
That's it.
the
And
only
we
way.
don't kill people.
Well, I was
We
gonna
do a
say
lot of prank phone calling and just be really annoying, but we stretch that out for the rest of our lives where it's like, yeah, Paul, no, it's that time of the month again. Yeah, we've got to go and bother the Prescott family. I figure we can draw this out for at least another 60 years, but let's not get stabby with anybody. And then
I
this film never ends.
I was gonna say that the only way that I could possibly survive if I was like I died and then like in later film come back as Ghostface because I have amnesia or something like that, and
But
then they
none
have
of the ghost faces survive properly, though. So,
no, but I mean like as in the only way that I survive to a better movie other than or to not a better to a later movie
to
than
a later
four or
movie.
five is to become Ghostface, and I'll have
Oh,
amnesia, and like in the middle of it, the way I die, I'm gonna decide. The way that I'm going to die is the fact is that they remind me who I was. I was a good
ah.
person, and then I'm like, and then they shoot me and kill me. That's
Oh, you sacrifice yourself, stopping
the
the
other Ghostface.
third accomplice. Because there's going to come a point where there's going to be a team of 12 accomplices as it sees. You know what they should do for the next Scream movie? Sorry, now we've gone off on a tangent, but pretty much everybody in the entire planet goes Ghostface. And there's just like Pearl Nev Campbell standing there going, "You're absolutely everywhere."
Is that
And then
not?
just end the franchise there.
Is that not just like the Purge or something like that?
Yeah, I accidentally just
You just
pulled
wrote
in
the
another
Purge.
franchise. So next time on Hear Us Out, would we survive the purge? All right, Paul. I want to ask. No, yeah, not doing it. I want to ask the audience: do you think you would survive
Yeah.
in the Scream universe? And if you don't think you would make it through all of the iterations when they finally stop making them, let us know how far on in the saga you think you'd get. Would you be out? Are you opening scene day one? Are you Drew Barrymoreing this particular thing? Yeah, have fun with it, folks. That's the idea behind these.
Yeah, it'd been interesting. Are you going to follow all the rules? Are you going to try and survive? Are you going to become one of the ghost faces? Or, yeah, are you going to be like me and die in the first couple of minutes of one of the later movies?
Yeah. And with that said, like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. I've been Patrick,
And I've been Paul.
and we'll be right back. No,
No, what are you
we've been here
doing?
us out.
Ah!